Granger knows that if you're a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility and your machinery isn't working right, you need to understand what's wrong as soon as possible. So when a conveyor motor falters, Granger offers
Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream here today. And we got a good one here between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Los Angeles Kings here tonight live from T-Mobile Arena. And this should be another good one here. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the commentary stream. It is the second of two and the final live commentary before the Olympic break. So we are almost done with the commentaries for the NHL related ones until we get to the Olympics next week. So going into the preview here for tonight's game, take a look at these two teams. Both of these teams definitely need some more wins. I did not see the Lightning Panthers fight. I was not streaming that game. But I'm sure it was crazy. I saw Maurice got a misconduct. That's the only thing I saw, though. Starting goaltenders here tonight. Here are their Watch with Nordic stats. And that is not right. Let me fix this really quick. You see, I forgot to edit the text. All right, hang on. Hang on. I forgot to update it from the previous one. All the stats are accurate, but I didn't change their names. So it's definitely not Annanen and Thompson. That was the last game. Just save that. All right, how about now? There we go. All right. So starting goaltenders here tonight. On screen is their Watch with Nordic live commentary stats. You have Aiden Hill, who has played 11 live commentary games. Tonight is his 12th. And Anton Forsberg on the other side as well, playing in his second live commentary stream here tonight as well. This is the second time in live commentary history we have commentated these two teams facing off against each other. And the second time this season. The first time was a 3-2 overtime win for the Vegas Golden Knights. And this is the third meetup of 4 times between these two teams this season. So plenty more to come. And both of the times have actually gone to overtime. So a little fun fact there for you guys. Both the times these teams have faced off this season, they have gone to extra time. Oh, wow. 5 misconducts. The only thing I saw was Maurice. All right, starting goaltenders again. Anton Forsberg in net for the Kings. Aiden Hill in net for the Golden Knights once again. Anton Forsberg, his 22nd game of the year. Aiden Hill just his 12th this season. As we get ready for a long-time rivaling matchup here between the Golden Knights and the Los Angeles Kings. Both teams are on a back-to-back. Golden Knights coming off a win, Kings coming off a loss. 2 big points in the line of Pacific Division standings. The final game before the Olympic break, all around the NHL. Golden Knights and Kings, and we are underway. Faceoff is won back then by the Golden Knights. Played ahead then the Barbashev. Barbashev will backhand it into the LA zone. Now Doughty battling for it down low. Banked around the net then by Forsberg. Right side now cleared to center. Kempe off the boards, 2-on-1 with LaFerriere. LaFerriere fires it, and it goes up off Hill and out of play to start. Next Islanders stream. Obviously not till after the break, but I'm not sure. I haven't really looked at the schedule. Probably next week or the following week. I got 2 weeks here. There's a lot of videos I've been focusing on besides commentaries. But maybe at the end of February. Aiden Hill is 8-3-1 since his return from injury. I don't know if Hill's trash. His just overall numbers are not great. Here's Barbashev. Pass back then for Stone. Off the boards now. Brian Dumoulin kicked back behind the net then for Doughty. Drew Doughty pass to center. Kopitar 2-on-2. Fires it on it. Is blocked. Shea Theodore then back up for Stone. Puck out to center. Kings will regroup now in the Los Angeles end. Armia up through the zone now. Trevor Moore shoots it Try to get that one through the crease and wide. Bank back down low now. Riley Smith. Smith to Dorofeyev. Battling for it then. Clark back to Anderson. Blown dead for an offsides. Got to keep my donation promise. Hey, don't worry about that, man. It's no problem. Not focused on the donations. Focused on having fun. Coaching matchup tonight. Jim Hiller behind the bench for the Kings. Bruce Cassidy behind the bench for the Golden Knights. Face-off now in the Kings zone, won by LA. Through center now, Golden Knights get it back. Smith through the zone. Sent back down low now. Our Fiala will regroup with it. Back to Dorofeyev behind the net. Up then for Joel Edmondson. Bank to center. Kings keep it in. Knights get it back. Dorofeyev down low. Try to get a shot on Forsberg. Couldn't convert. Fiala into the zone. Fires it on Hill. It goes just wide. Now Byfield back down low then. Pass in front. Up top then to Clark. Clark will just shoot it on. It goes wide. Kuzmenko to the front. Byfield can't get the shot on. It's cleared back out to center. And a whistle blown here for, I think, an offsides call or something like that. Maybe the puck crossed the goal line. Not 100% sure. And nice little block there by Edmondson. Do the Kings beat the Oilers this time around? I don't even know if they play the Oilers right now in terms of the standings. Probably not. If we get that same matchup for a 5th year in a row, I'm going to lose my mind. Cleared back down low now into the Vegas zone. La zone back ahead then for Holtz. Pass to center is intercepted. Kings will bank it back into the Las Vegas end. Lazone battling for now LaFerriere. Banked off the boards. Vegas gets it back. Cross ice pass to Lazone. Now battling for LaFerriere. Armia over then for Kempe. Golden Knights get it back. Colasar. Drop back then for Theodore. Theodore to Lazone. Lazone will dump it down low. Shot is blocked. Now Ward. Back for Cody Ceci. Ceci now below the goal line. Brings it back to center. Kings take it in. Ward. Off the boards. Hellenius shoots it. And it goes wide off a Hill. Now behind the net. Ben Hutton back up then for Bowman. Bowman through center. Banking into the zone is Ushets, who is playing here tonight for Vegas. Doughty. Pass ahead. Now a shot on, denied there by Hill on the chance by, I think that was Ward on the right side. Shot from the point, denied, rebounds in front. Hellenius jabbing at that puck. Cleared back to the right side. Kings will get it and regroup. Drew Doughty. Down low here now in the Los Angeles zone. Kopitar. Back up top to Armia. Joel Armia. Circling around, being tied up there by Barbashev. Golden Knights trying to dump that one out. Anderson will get it to center. Flicked in then by Vegas in on Forsberg. Not sure if that's a shot. 3-0 in favor of LA. Golden Knights still looking for their first legitimate chance of the game. Barbashev battling for it now with Armia. Pass back up top, Hannafin. Right side, Anderson. Shoots it on. It goes wide of Forsberg. Stone clears it down low. Edmondson off the boards. 4 minutes gone here in the first period. Scoreless here in T-Mobile Arena. Tonight is the 19th game all-time we've commentated for the Vegas Golden Knights. Here's Hannafin then back to Dorofeyev. Banked all the way back down low into the LA zone. Now off the boards, Quinton Byfield. Pass up to Kuzmenko. Kuzmenko back over then for Fiala. Fiala up top, down low, intercepted there by the Golden Knights. Here they come through center. Marner. Pass back to Dorofeyev. Dorofeyev, a shot. Saved by Forsberg. Now Riley Smith. Back to Marner. Up to Dorofeyev. At the point then Lazone. Pass back in front. Marner a drive. And that one is blocked. Now Brandt Clark off the boards. The Kuzmenko to center. Now Dorofeyev gets it back to Marner. Mitch Marner. Pass back. Smith kicks it through his legs. Gets it in front. Dorofeyev can't get a clear shot on. Now up top Marner. Marner banks it back down low then behind the net. Kuzmenko now tipped back over then for Hutton through the zone. Cece trying to play that puck. Cece fighting with Dorofeyev. Marner played back then through the zone. Holtz fires it, and it goes off of Forsberg and wide. And I think it went actually out of play as well. Some good looks in that sequence for Vegas, just not being able to get the shots on. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, drop a sub down below. I would greatly appreciate it. We are exactly 60 subscribers away from 4,500. We just hit 4,400, I believe. What was it, on Monday? So it's been a great week and a half or so of commentaries. It sucks that the Olympic break's coming up and now we won't be able to do as many games, but you play the hand as you're dealt, and we'll keep grinding out the content for you guys. Face-off one back down low then by the Kings. Dumoulin battling for it then with Colasar. Off the boards now Holtz. Battling forward with LaFerriere. Scramble forward in the corner. Fed back up top now. Corey Perry will backhand that one to center. Kempe. Drop back down low into the Los Angeles zone. Now Doughty. Off the boards to center. Anderson. Taken back then by Kempe. Adrian Kempe. Right side. Loops it around. Waits for options. Pass over in front. Just wide is Perry. And nearly tucked it past Hill. Perry. Down low. Kempe. Kempe. Below the goal line. Adrian Kempe. Cross ice pass. Perry a shot. Saved by Hill. And he covers any rebound that is there. Couple of chances there for Corey Perry. 13:51 left to go here in the opening period. 4-2 are the shots. And a scoreless hockey game so far. Thank you one time. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's nuts how we're kind of rolling right through this year. And we've been killing it. Like, analytically, I'm putting up some of my best numbers I've ever had. I've already beaten out most of my numbers from last year, and last year was like my best year ever, so we're feeling pretty great. And now Vegas is honoring their Olympic nominees. Talking about Jonas Ronsberg, Rasmus Anderson, Tomas Hertl. So there you go. They're honoring all their Olympic guys. And then Akira Schmid going to Switzerland. And then Bruce Cassidy going to Canada. Shea Theodore going to Canada. And Mitch Marner and Mark Stone. So a lot of Golden Knights going to their respective countries. And then obviously Jack Eichel and Noah Hannafin heading off for Team USA. We will be live for the Olympic Games. We'll be live for the first games for Canada and the United States on Thursday. First game starts at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It is going to be something. That's definite. But yeah, congratulations to the Golden Knights and the LA Kings players who are heading to the Olympics in Milano Cortina, some of them being their last. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Also, like the stream as well. It brings more people into the commentary, helps out the engagement. Face off here now in the Vegas zone. It'll be Mallet taking the draw. Sorry, Hellenius taking the draw against face-off won by the Golden Knights. Yep, February 12th is the first game that we will commentate. There are games on the 11th, but I have class. So I have school. So we'll be live on, I think it's Thursday, Saturday, Tuesday, and then probably that next Saturday. Next Saturday and Sunday. More than likely be tuning in for the Olympics. Good. Face-off now at center, won by the Golden Knights. They will clear it into the LA zone. Back into the Vegas end. Hutton. Right side will clear it into the LA zone. Forsberg dumps it around to the right side to Hellenius. Edmondson battling with the puck then for Brandt Clark. Brandt Clark now down low, banked off the boards to Joel Edmondson, who will clear it all the way back into the Las Vegas zone. Here's Ben Hutton now, holding it in the Vegas end. 13 minutes to go in the first period. Drop back to Eichel. Eichel, back up then for Stone, intercepted. Puck goes up and out of play. Yeah, I have class Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm off on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Gold medal game in Pacific time, 5 a.m. Jesus. NHL roster freeze begun on February 4th. It will go till February 22nd, the day of the gold medal game. And then people kind of forget right after that, we have I think a week or two until the trade deadline. So we're going to be hopping right back into it when the NHL season resumes on February 25th. Down low in the LA zone, Smith back to Hutton, pass in front is intercepted. Now behind the net, Mover back over then for Cody Ceci, trying to poke check that one ahead to center. Golden Knights, Dorofeyev. Only one shot for Vegas here in this first period. Smith will dump that one in. Forsberg makes the glove save. Here come the Kings. Skip your class. Yeah, I wouldn't advise that. Don't skip your class. I did that in the first half a bit. Didn't go well for me. Dumped all the way back down low in the Vegas zone. Hill back for Hannafin. Noah Hannafin through the neutral zone. Golden Knights take it back. Eichel, right side. Pass to center. Goes back around behind the net. Anderson back for Eichel. Eichel battling for it now with Kuzmenko. Barbashev up top. Hannafin fires it, gloved by Forsberg. Little over 12 minutes. Sorry, a little under 12 minutes to go. Yeah, I mean, I forget the exact date for it. The NHL trade deadline is literally on March 6th. So, essentially, we have 11 days. Right? So, we have the Olympics. The roster freeze resumes February 22nd, and then we have 11 days. Here's Eichel, a shot. He scores! Jack Eichel! What a shot on Anton Forsberg. And the Knights have opened up the scoring. What a shot from the U.S. Olympian Jack Eichel. It's off the draw. Mark Stone, another point. And Eichel, his 21st goal of the season. His 6th in the commentary. And Eichel with the goal, assisted by Stone. His 21st goal of the year. And the Golden Knights are off and running. It's 1-0. If you live in Vegas, you get free fries from McDonald's. I should just go move to Vegas. And Forsberg makes a save on a puck in front. What a talent Jack Eichel has been. We've streamed the Golden Knights a ton this season. And he's been, honestly, probably one of the best players in the league that we've commentated. Where am I watching this? I'm watching it on whatever the Golden Knights network's called. Doughty back over then for Clark. Off the boards, chip back to center. Kuzmenko is tripped, and that'll be a penalty. It'll be on the likes of Alexander Holtz. And he will head to the box. Kings will get a power play. I'll be your neighbor. Fries are worth it. Hell yeah. All right, Kings to the man advantage. Somehow I'll get a goal horn for all the teams. It would. I could do that. Problem is, though, it would make things very laggy. Alexander Holtz to the penalty box. Secondary assist added for Ivan Barbashev on the Eichel goal. Kings will get a chance to potentially tie the game up here on the power play. There's a player I want to highlight here who is one of the younger players for Vegas. He is playing in his second career NHL game. That is Kai Uchats, a center, undrafted, born Calgary, Alberta. 6'2", 206 pounds. Made his NHL debut last night against Vancouver. And again, you look at the Vegas Golden Knights, they've had a ton of injuries this season. We'll read them off in the first commercial break. But a guy like Kai Uchats gets the advantage here. Am I doing both men's and women's? Primarily men's. Women's kind of overlaps with it. That's the other problem. And also the fact that I only have a certain amount of days where I can stream with them being in the morning. So it's likely sadly going to be just the men's. I would love to do women's though. Jack Eichel with the goal. Kings power play. Up top, Clark, a shot blocked. Puck will come out to center. Kuzmenko back to Fiala as the Kings break it back in. Kevin Fiala up top then for Clark. Fiala down low now. Perry up top to Clark. Clark to Fiala. At the point, Kuzmenko to Clark. Clark, a shot. Saved by Hill. Yeah, so sadly, just the men's. It's not that I don't have anything against the women's. It's just that, like, you know, I don't really have much time. I always get some questions of like, hey, Nordic, why don't you stream the PWHL? First off, a lot of the time, the PWHL are streaming their games on YouTube. So it's like, I could do that, but then people will just be like, oh, we can actually watch the games ourselves on their YouTube channel. So PWHL, I tend to not avoid on purpose, but when the NHL's on, I'm always going towards that. Just because of the fact that when I do something like the PWHL, it's like, you know, what's the point? You can just watch it. Cross ice pass then up top then in the LA zone, halfway through the power play. At the point, Clark to Kuzmenko. Kuzmenko to Clark. Clark to Kuzmenko. Kings moving the puck. Kuzmenko to Perry. Perry to Kuzmenko. Puck goes up and all the way back down into the LA zone as a puck goes over a Kings stick. 35 seconds to go on the LA power play. Puck is banked down low, cleared all the way down into the Los Angeles zone. Here's Byfield. Back over then for Taylor Ward. Ward up top to Doughty, a shot. Saved by Hill, rebounds in front. Taken back away. Puck is banked off the boards back to center. And that will do it for the Vegas power play. 2 shots on that power play for the Kings. Byfield. Up then. Off the board. Stolen back then by Theodore. Cleared all the way to center. Kings will regroup. Armia takes it through the neutral zone. Bank back up top. CC fires it on tip just wide of Hill. Now Edmondson Cleared down low to Armia. Armia fires it, blocked. 2-on-1 the other way. Through the zone now, Dorofeyev with Smith. Dorofeyev moves in, fires it, blocked. Rebound there, just wide. Tried to get the backhand there on Forsberg. Couldn't get net. Here's Edmondson, back over then for Armia. Joel Armia down low then. Edmondson cleared all the way back to center. Golden Knights get it back. Eichel. Dump back into the Los Angeles zone. Eichel picks it up now in the corner. Eichel fires it in front. And Barbashev now over to Stone, a backhand. He scores! This line at it again. Mark Stone puts it home. 2-0 Vegas. And I believe all three of them will get points. Mark Stone, goal and an assist. Eichel, goal and an assist. Barbashev, 2 assists. And now it's immediately 2-0 Golden Knights, and that first line connecting yet again. Wow. And these three players already cooking it up here tonight. Shots are 6-4 in favor of the LA Kings. But the Golden Knights with 2 goals on 4 shots. Through center now, Hellenius will dump it down low into the Vegas end. Now on the right side, pass in front. Kings get it back. Shot on, goes just wide of Hill. I don't know if Mitch is still playing center. It says he is on my feed. Here's Stone then back to the right side to Eichel. Taken back then by the Kings. We haven't even gotten a commercial break here in a hot minute. Here's Mallet. Back down low now as the Kings try to break it through center. Jeff Mallet drop back then for Hurdle. Poke checked away. Trevor Moore will dump that one then into the Golden Knights end. Here's Jeremy Lazon. Will dump that one into the LA zone. Goes out of play. In the opening period, Jack Eichel, Mark Stone, and Ivan Barbashev already with multi-point games. 2-0 Vegas here in the opening frame. As always, thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you are new. Let's take a look at the status report here for both sides. So this is per NHL.com. Neither team held a morning skate after each team played on Wednesday. The Kings in a 4-2 loss to the Kraken and the Golden Knights in a 5-2 win against Vancouver. Panarin will not play. He was obviously acquired on Wednesday. You guys have probably figured that out by now. He will make his Los Angeles debut after the Olympic break, so keep an eye out for another LA commentary. I want to get that on a stream. Stone is going to return to the top line. Obviously, he's converted very well. And Riley Smith moves down to the second. Holtz drops to the third. So there you go. LA. Take a look at the injuries here from both sides. You start off on the Kings end. Mikey Anderson and Alex Turcotte currently out of the lineup with lower body injuries. You also look at the scratches. Warren Fogle, Joe Hicketts, and obviously Panarin. I don't even know if he's in Vegas, actually. Injuries for the Golden Knights. And stay with me here. Carter Hart, Brett Howden, William Karlsson, Brandon McNabb, Jonas Ronsberg, Brandon Saad, and Colton Sissons. I could be, you're right. I appreciate that. I'm trying to race to that. That's my dream. Yeah, I mean, I look at Vegas, and a lot of the reason why they, maybe don't have as many wins as they could be, and all those overtime losses is, I think, a factor with how many injuries they've had. And the fact they've still played the way they are, even with that, is pretty impressive. Here's Drew Doughty now off the boards, back to center. Now Kempe will backhand that one down low, then into the Vegas end. Shea Theodore Played back to the right side. Here comes Hertl flying into the zone. Wraparound pass in front. And a chance there for Holtz is blocked. Now Kolasar jabbing at it. Hertl now down low. Penalty here on the Kings coming up. Up top, Theodore a shot. Kings will touch. And we will get a Golden Knights power play here. Their first PP of the game. And we'll see if Vegas will be able to convert and get their third goal of the game. Power play coming up here for the Golden Knights. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Also like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people here into the wonderful commentary. Face-off now won by the Knights. Marner up top to Eichel. Eichel fires it on. It goes wide back down low to the corner. Now Dorofeyev around behind the net to Eichel. Jack Eichel in front, Stone back over. They score! Pavel Dorofeyev. Power play goal. 3-0 Vegas. It is all Golden Knights here in this opening period. 3 goals on 5 shots. Dorofeyev from Stone and Hertl. A 3-point night already from Mark Stone. And a $28 donation from One Time. Holy crap. Ivan Barbashev needs 2 shots. Rasmus Anderson, 3 shots. Oh, I'll cheer for you. Thank you, bro, for the $27 donation. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Or the $28 donation. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. $395 plus 28. $423 this year. Wow. You guys have been crazy donating me money. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you One Time. That means a lot. Golden Knights with the puck. Dorofeyev back down low. They score! Mitch Marner! Oh my God. 4-0 Vegas. It is 4-0 Golden Knights. And we're not even 15 minutes into this game. Golden Knights have 6 shots, 4 goals. Mitch Marner. And now Dorofeyev has a multi-point game. Holy crap, what a pass by Pavel Dorofeyev. Oh my God. I don't know, One Time. You might have the advantage here. I wonder if we see a goalie change. The only issue is, though, is that Kemper played last night. Face-off now at center ice. Shots are 6-6, and we got to fight off the draw. Hellenius throwing the punches at Uchats, his first NHL fight. And Hellenius giving it to Uchats. And there is some kind of momentum boost right there, hopefully to swing things the other way for the Kings. First NHL fight for Kai Uchats. And Hellenius immediately off the draw just goes ba, 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 ba. Trying to swing momentum. Goaltender stats, Anton Forsberg. 2 saves on 6 shots. .333 save percentage. .333. .333 save percentage. That is awful. And I know that may not be the way it stays for the whole game, but holy crap, that is terrible. Puck is cleared all the way back into the LA zone. It's Forsberg off the boards up top. Shot from the point goes wide. Golden Knights have opened this game wide open. 4 goals on 4 consecutive shots. Unbelievable. That's got to be some kind of record. Doughty. Off the board, will clear to center. Mallet. Pass in front. Can't get it there. Now Ward comes in, loses the puck. Here's Kolasar. Through the right side. Kolasar trying to bank that one down low. Kings get it back. Fogle will bank it down low, then into the Vegas zone. Ben Hutton now behind the Vegas net. Back to Eichel. Jack Eichel now through the zone. Eichel up then. Stone. Puck is tipped in the air now. A whistle is blown. And we'll go to commercial break. 5:08 left to go here in this first period. Golden Knights with 3 goals in the span of less than 2 minutes. 4-0 here in the first period. Wow. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. This is just an absolute blowout here for the Golden Knights, and we're not even done the first period. Again, we've been commentating the Golden Knights so many times this season. A ridiculous amount. And a lot of different players have racked up points, but 3-point night for Stone already. Points for Marner, 2 points for Eichel, 2 points for Dorofeyev. This is a game, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, donations they're never expected, but they are always greatly appreciated. 4-0 Vegas, wow. I mean, you guys know that I do this for fun. This isn't really my job, but obviously the money really does mean a lot. Like, the fact that people would donate their money to me it's crazy. You rarely hit your bets. Hey, man, maybe tonight's the night. It seems like it's just an absolute demolition here of the LA Kings. And this is Artemi Panarin's new team, by the way. Face off in the LA zone, won by the Kings. Up top now, Lazone fires it on. Saved by Forsberg. And he finally makes a save. Through to center now. A shot, they score! And upstairs on Aiden Hill is Trevor Moore. And the Kings are on the board. It's 4-1. What is a save percentage anyway? Is Panarin in the lineup? Nope. He is not. I didn't expect Panarin to play. Need Aiden Hill, 22 saves. Needed one more Marner point. All right, we'll see if you can get that, bro. Good luck. Trevor Moore. And just save percentages just don't mean anything. Puck is dumped all the way back down low into the Golden Knight zone. Right side then, Riley Smith. Cross ice pass to Anderson. Anderson comes down low now behind the net. Drop pass in front. Moore. Back to Kopitar. Dorofeyev off the boards to Smith. Smith back down low then for Marner. Stolen back by Armia now behind the net off the boards for Clark. Brandt Clark centering pass. Now Anderson battling forward on the right side. Armia waits, tries to fire it on. Stolen back then by Dorofeyev on the right side. Up then for Marner, who will clear back down low. Brian Dumoulin. 4 minutes to go in the opening period. Cleared back down low now into the Golden Knights end. Theodore. Back up then Hurdle. Hurdle cross ice to Lazone. Off the boards, Perry now trying to get it to center. Perry tipped off of LaFerriere. Back down low now. Golden Knights bring it through center. Pass back to Colasar. Colasar up top. Lazona shot. Goes wide of Anton Forsberg. Here's Holtz. Cross-ice pass up top. Theodore shot. Blocked. Back to center. Now Lauzon to Holtz, and a whistle is blown. And a penalty coming up here against Vegas. High sticking call coming up. And the LA Kings will go to their second power play of the game. 2 minutes for high sticking. Weren't you in the other game, buddy? Second power play of the game for the Kings. Shea Theodore will head to the box. 3:25 left to go. This power play will span till the minute 25 mark. Face off here now in the Vegas zone. One by the Golden Knights. Anderson dumps that one back around and cleared. Almost. Kept in by LA. Perry. Battling for it now with Mark Stone. Cleared around up top. Clark. Back to Fiala. Shot. Saved by Hill. Rebounds there in front. Jabbing at that puck. Hill keeps it out. Puck still loose. Perry now behind the net. Pass over. They still can't connect. Jabbing at it. It goes wide. How does that stay out? Aiden Hill without his stick. Eichel trying to clear Kempe. And Eichel gets it out. How did that puck stay out of the net? Kevin Fiala brings it now through center. Back to Kuzmenko. Over then for Jeremy Lauzon. Right side now here to center. Battling for now in the corner, trying to get it free as Korzak will hold it against the boards as time winds down on the power play. Here's Mitch Marner. 2-on-2, 3-on-2. Marner into the zone. Back down low, backhand denied. Rebounds there, denied by Forsberg. Here's Andrei Kuzmenko. Kuzmenko to Fiala. Fiala through the zone. Loops it back around, 30 seconds to go on the power play. Marner up top to Doughty. Doughty shoots it on. Save there by Lazone. Played back then for Byfield. Byfield behind the net then to Kuzmenko. Thrown up top. Ward. At the point, Doughty. Doughty back to Ward. Ward to Doughty, a shot. Block rebounds there. And a whistle is blown. And down on the groove. Oh no. And the players are heavily... something happened to... I believe that was... Is that Kuzmenko? He is shaking his feet. His eyes are wide open and he was holding his head. Oh my Lord. He took a puck directly to the face. Oh. Even Riley Smith was blowing it dead. The left side of his jaw. This place is silent. And he's starting to get up here. That had to hurt. Oh my gosh. Golden Knights fans giving him a praise. Very classy there by the Vegas fans. And that had to hurt. He took a puck to the jaw, like right around here. Oh. That sucks. Hopefully Kuzmenko is okay. I couldn't tell who it was at first initially. I had to look at my screen here. They pan down to his face, and you can see him with his eyes wide open like this, and he's shaking his legs. That looked brutal. 15 seconds to go. It was like it wasn't on his nose. Maybe, who knows? But he might have a concussion, honestly. Dumped down low now into the LA zone. Power play is over for the Kings. Shots are 9 apiece here in this first period. Approaching the final minute of play in the opening frame. Kopitar shot gloved by Hill. Kopitar falls into the net. And yeah, even the Golden Knights were calling for it. You could tell that off of that. I mean, you never wish for injuries whatsoever. You see on that sequence that, like, even Riley Smith, who was a Golden Knight, he was, like, waving the trainer to come down. But good on Vegas. I mean, again, like, you never wish for injuries. No matter what team it is, no matter how much you hate a certain team or a certain player, that's not something that you really asked for. 1:10 to go here in the first period. Armia shot blocked. Now Barbashev brings it through center, backhanded down low. Last minute of play. Theodore now through to center. 45 seconds to go and counting down. Ceci. To center, Kopitar. He took a puck to the side of his jaw. Like around here or here. He doesn't have a screwed up jaw like I do, so. 20 seconds left. Shots are 10-10 apiece. Byfield. Dump down low into the zone. Here comes Marner. 10 seconds to go. Marner waits. Pass up top. Hanifin a shot. That one goes wide. Now Mallet back behind the net. 3 seconds left, and that'll do it. End of 20 minutes of play here in T-Mobile Arena. 5 goals total in that opening frame. 4 from Vegas. Multi-point games already from Stone, Eichel, and Dorofeyev, and Barbashev. And it's a 4-1 lead here for the Golden Knights. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack, go get a drink, do what you got to do. And we will be back for the start of the second period momentarily. Stick around for our intermission report. We will talk about the 5 goals that have occurred, talk about the games going around the NHL right now. And obviously, every other game is concluded, so that'll be the only segment here tonight. This is the only game on the slate. But end of 20. Give me a second to get a breather here quickly. Making the Jack Eichel goal into a clip, and then we'll get into the first intermission and talk about all the things that happened.
We're working together and growing together. Where ambition meets intuition, and where best in class meets best in community. That's unity. That's Diamond Credit Union. He's got his hands full. With the new For Life scratch-off ticket, he could be taking home $1 million a year for life, okay? We have the Olympics. Like, well, that's what the lucky break resumes February 22nd, and then we keep on scratch. Here's Eichel. 11 days. Here's Eichel a shot. He scored! Our URL only treats symptoms, and then we have 11 days. Asthma offered support rescue that treats
Here's Eichel a
colds,
shot. He
symptoms, and
scores!
inflammation.
Jack Eichel!
It's time to
What a
embrace your
shot
rescue with
on
Air
Anton
Supra.
Forsberg.
Air Supra is the first
And the
only
Knights have
dual-action
opened up
asthma
the
rescue
scoring.
inhaler FDA approved to treat symptoms and help.
All right, sorry about that, guys. Just making the clip for the intermission or for the shorts. End of 20 here in Las Vegas. Golden Knights have a 4-1 lead on the Kings. Let's break down all 4 of the goals. The first one is off of a faceoff. Great passing movement there by Barbashev and Stone. And Eichel roofs it on Forsberg, makes it a 1-0 lead. Not long after that, Mark Stone on a nasty tic-tac-toe play by Eichel and Barbashev. And a pass to Stone in front, backhand around Forsberg, and it's 2-0. A little less than a minute after that, Pavel Dorofeyev gets a power play. And him and Stone moving the puck around. It went Eichel to Hurdle to Stone to Dorofeyev, who roofs it past Forsberg on the 1T back door. And it's 3-0. And then not long after that, literally only 20 seconds later, it's a dump into the zone. Down low, the Dorofeyev will throw it behind his back to Marner, who made it 4-0, and we weren't even 15 minutes into the game. And then, less than 2 minutes after that, the Kings come down the other way. It's off the boards, Armia to Trevor Moore, who moves around Theodore, shoots it high on Aiden Hill, and it's 4-1 at the end of 20 minutes of play. Just an absolutely crazy first period there in Las Vegas. And it does not get that much better than that. Shots were 11-11. They were dead even. And again, that's the craziest part. Like, there were 5 goals in that first frame, and the shots are dead even amongst both of them. It's pretty nuts. But a really well-played game so far by the Golden Knights. The Kings, not so good. And Vegas pretty much just resuming right where they left off after last night's game against Vancouver. Kings coming off of the loss against Seattle as well. Obviously, they get the short end of the stick. They have back-to-back with travel. Vegas was here last night at home, so obviously they had that advantage. Ugh. All right, just uploaded the Eichel clip. That's what I was doing, guys. Sorry about that. 0 shots on either player. Just bet my opposite, and y'all will win. How do you make it into a short from OBS? So what I do is I just record. I screen record my screen on my phone. Like, I always have the stream pulled up on my phone just so I can read comments and stuff. But what I'll always do is when I need to screen record a goal, I will just go onto my phone, screen record this, and then I will go to CapCut. I will get a clip of the goal off of Twitter. I'll go to CapCut, edit the goal so it looks like I'm commentating it the way it looks like on the shorts. Then I go to TikTok, get the right font, post the text, and then
Enjoy your break, my friend. You too, pal. It's been one of those nights. Jack Eichel getting ready to go to Italy. Olympic when he walked in. Little nod. And he goes out there and produces a goal and an assist. 4-1 lead for the BC Kings. Darren Elliott's next.
Call your friends and neighbors at Diamond Credit Union and experience banking that places the focus where it should be, on you. At Diamond, you'll feel the difference that a more personalized, dedicated approach can make. We meet you where you are.
All right. Still in this first intermission.
Where local youth meet family training. Where high tech meets high. And where
Yep, that's how you do it. You don't do it from OBS. You do it from YouTube. You bet Los Angeles. We'll see if you can get that bet, bro. But not looking great for you right now. That's for sure. I still got to update the third period from the Nashville game. All right. Gonna do that here real quick. We'll get into the other games around the NHL. All right. Almost done, guys. All right, actually, I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick. I got to go use the restroom, so I will be right back in just a moment.
Played well. Made a few mistakes early, but got to our game relatively quick. Started putting pucks in behind, getting some back, winning forecheck battles. Did a good job there. So just took what was given to us. It's a good place to get some goals.
Speaking of good plays, on your goal, where does that play begin?
Forecheck. Jack puts it in. He goes and gets it by himself. Skates right by all five of their guys, gets the puck, and makes a great play to Ivan. And unfortunately, he missed, but he makes a great play back to me and able to put it in.
You were one of many people who skated
All right, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys.
That's a cool moment for him, right? Playing his second game in the NHL, so gets in a fight. Building was lively, 4-0 at the time, and good for him. Big guy, he fought.
Luck for the next two, Mark. Thank you. All right, another big period for that top line. Raise your hand if you're surprised, guys.
Not surprised. They were put together last night after the first period. Wow. Been great the last three.
Yeah, I think that's always a go-to.
All right, let's take a look at the other games around the NHL here tonight. Obviously, this is one of, I believe, 6 other games that have been going on. This is the only one on the 10 p.m. slate. Every other game is concluded. Penguins and Sabres, your final score was 5-2 in favor of the Penguins. 2 goals from Avery Hayes, 2 goals from Ben Kindle. Devils Islanders, 3-1 Islanders. Barzal, Horvat, and Ciziquez. And then Heischer, the only other goal. 3-1 is your final score. They had just 14 shots. Oh, my God. Hurricanes and Rangers with a 2-0 shutout for the Hurricanes. Svechnikov and Stahl. Flyers and Sens, 2-1 overtime win for Ottawa. Tim Stützle scored the overtime winner. Preds Caps, 4-2 was your final score in favor of the Caps. Panthers Lightning was 6-1 in favor of the Tampa Bay Lightning, as we obviously talked about, and how that game was full of penalties. We should have expected that, though. Should have certainly expected that. Well, it's not impossible that happens. I agree with you. It's just it's unlikely. Like, they were killed in that first period. You got to wonder, like, do they actually end up going back to Kemper? Like, that's the question you got to ask yourselves. We'll see. We will see. Second period coming up here in just a moment, guys. Stick around. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's hope that this second period is as eventful as the first. All right, still in the intermission. But we'll be ready to start the second period here in just a moment. Oh, yeah, I know. I know what you meant. Don't worry. I believe you. All right, second period kicking off here in just a moment, guys. Stay tuned. We are almost there. Just doing some all-time Watch with Nordic stat sheet stats. Really, really quick. Try to catch myself up so I don't have that much work to do before I go to bed. All right, now the multi-point games. Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of period number 2 here from Vegas between the Golden Knights and the Los Angeles Kings. First period recap, goals were scored by, we'll see if I can remember it off memory, Jack Eichel, Mark Stone, Pavel Dorofeyev, Mitch Marner, and Trevor Moore all picked up goals in that 5-goal opening period. It was certainly an interesting one, that's for sure. You take a look at your stats through 20. Shots were 11-10 in favor of the Kings. Faceoff percentage was a 62.5% in favor of the Golden Knights. Power plays, LA 0 for 2, Vegas 1 for 1. Hits were 6-5 Kings, and block shots were 7-6 in favor of the Golden Knights. Starting off 5-on-5, I did wonder if we could have seen Forsberg get pulled, but again, it's difficult with that because Kemper played last night. So if they were to do that, it just makes things a little bit complicated in terms of, obviously, can they pull him? Is that a good idea to play Kemper back-to-back? But I think Hill played last night, right? Or no, Schmidt played last night. All right, face-off coming up here now in just a moment. Here at center ice. Multi-point games for Dorofeyev, Stone, Barbashev, and Eichel so far tonight. We'll see if that continues. Here we go. Period number 3 between the Golden Knights and the Kings is underway. Face-off won by the Golden Knights. Now through center is Barbashev, stolen back then by Vegas. Off the boards now, Eichel. Intercepted then by Doughty, over then for Dumoulin. Taken back then by Stone, who will clear that one down low into the zone. Forsberg still out there. Drew Doughty will feed a cross-ice pass to center to breakaway the other way. Kempe into the zone. He's in! Saved by Hill! What a stop by Aiden Hill, on one of the best players on this Kings team. And Kempe broke his stick on the bench in frustration. And what a stop by Aiden Hill. What a stop. Sometimes you have to just stand back and commend the goalie you're playing against. Kempe's case, he just broke his stick in frustration. Wow, another $28 donation from One Time. Thank you, brother. Another $28. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. What's 23 plus 28 even? What, we're at what, 451 now? Holy crap, man. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that. That means a ton, dude. Thank you so much. Through the zone now, Barbashev on the right side to Clark. 3-on-2 now for the Kings. Armida Kopitar back to Moore. Moore fires it. And that one goes wide of Hill. Moore back to Eichel. Now Kopitar. Up top, trying to backhand that one down low. Stolen back then by the Golden Knights. 2-on-1 into the zone. Holtz a shot, gloved by Forsberg. And he'll cover. Thank you so much, One Time. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Like, that means a lot. Seriously, that's like $60. That's incredible. Thank you, guys. Again, I never do this for the money, but when you guys donate, like, it really does mean a lot to me. Seriously, the fact that we've been able to make, like, I've been able to nearly make $500. It's crazy. Up top, Korzak. Cleared back down low now, behind the net, back to Byfield. Here's Quinnen Byfield now through the zone. Byfield dekes in through center, fires it on, saved by Hill with the glove. Shots are 14-11 in favor of the Kings. They really changed things up on the shots. Career point leaders. Anze Kopitar reached point number 1,300 in his NHL career. He is now 5th behind Kane, Malkin, Ovechkin, and Crosby. Kopitar, one of the best Kings in franchise history. He is second in points all time, first in games played, first in assists, third in goals. One of the best players in LA history. Here's Forsberg's shot, saved there by Hill. Puck at the point now. Fiala fires it on, goes wide of Hill. Now down low, Korzak. Kept in the zone, though, by LA. LaFerriere backhand. Save again by Hill. Off the boards now, Korzak. Cleared all the way to center. Racing forward now with speed as Dorofeyev. Forsberg has net to play the puck. Kept in by the Knights. Marner through his legs. Comes in. Backhand save. Up top, Korzak. Down low then, Lozon. Back around behind the net. Thrown to center, Marner. Up top, Lozon shoots it. Another save. Now Fiala off the boards to center. Puck goes up and out of play. Chances here for both sides. Shots are now 16-13 in favor of the Kings. The pressure is really getting on Aiden Hill here. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Also like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. Hellenius now taking the draw against Holtz. Sorry, that's Reinhardt out there on the ice. Face-off here now. Won by the Kings. 2-on-2. Hellenius. Off the boards, we'll dump that one down low then into the Golden Knights end. We are about 2.5 minutes gone here through the second period. Bowman dumps it into the zone. Doughty back down low in the corner. $5 dono from Sharky. Thank you, Sharky. Yeah, we're getting there, man. Already at 456. We started below 400. 500 would be crazy, though. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. This means a lot. Here's Uchaz now. Backhands it down low. Reinhardt fires it off the pad of Forsberg. And out of play. Single season power play goal leaders. Dorofeyev has tied Hurdle for the most in a single season in franchise history. Hurdle set the record in 24-25. Dorofeyev was a goal back of him last year. And that is a guy who you can really count on as a great power play quarterback. One of my favorite players in the league for sure. Rasmus Andersson now dumps it back down low. Clark back to Edmondson down low. Bank to center. LA trying to take it back. Barbashev battling for it. Off the boards. Kopitar back to Barbashev. Cleared down low. Hill over then for Hannafin. Off the board. Stone. Through to Barbashev. Barbashev to Eichel. Eichel in the center. Save at the goal line. Maybe by Forsberg. What a stop. Itchy nose. Clark. Centering then the Kopitar. Shot 16-14. Golden Knights take it back. Barbashev. Back by Kopitar now. Thrown down low then for Brandt Clark. Clark now through center. Clark will drift back into the corner. Cleared all the way through the neutral zone. Now Perry will dump that one down low. Right side now. Theodore back over then for Korzak. Korzak to Marner. 3-on-3. Marner through the zone. Back then to Dorofeyev. Dorofeyev fighting now with Ceci. I'll let you know when Rasmus gets a shot. Here's Dorofeyev to Marner. Marner in front. Dorofeyev can't complete the pass. Now Lazone trying to bank that one down low. Through the zone, Kempe. Kempe drives it down the right side. Thrown back up top. Knights steal it back. Here's Dorofeyev. Through the zone. Trying to get that one there is Smith. Now banked off the boards. Kept in them by Vegas. Marner comes in. Dorofeyev in front. Can't complete it. Byfield. Off the boards then for Kempe. Adrian Kempe now thrown through center, banked in front now. Kolasar steals it back. Keegan Kolasar now 3-on-2. Kolasar to center. Circles back around, banked off the boards. Holtz a shot. And that one goes back down low. Now behind the net. Hurdle. Gets cross-checked down low to the corner. Back over then for Dumoulin. Dumoulin to Fiala. Fiala through center to Armia. Armia backdoor pass now. Fiala to Byfield. Byfield up top. Fiala. Pass back to Doughty. Drew Doughty over then. Intercepted by the Knights. Korzak to Hurdle. Hurdle through the zone. Will dump that one down low. About 6 minutes gone here in this second period. Golden Knights still with the 3-goal lead. It's not over though. We've seen, remember the Stadium Series? Bruins came back from down 5, or Lightning came back from down 5-1. This is only 4-1. And it was around this time when the comeback started. Banked up to center now, racing forward is Hutton. Off the boards, Kings take it back. Clark waits. Tried to backhand it now down low. Hellenius dumps it around behind the net. Back over then for Hutton. Hutton battling for it now with Mallet. Down low now, Ward. Losing his helmet there is Hutton. He'll run to the bench. Can't play without a helmet. Mallet. Right side then Hellenius. Back up to Mallet up top. Edmondson fires it. And that one goes wide. Through his feet now, Barbashev up through the zone now. Here's Reinhardt. Reinhardt shoots it. Saved by Forsberg. And some pushing and shoving in front ensues. Beers help with the pain. What's up, Nicholas? Welcome to the stream, brother. Good to see you. Welcome. 13:03 left to go here in this second period. 4-1 in favor of Vegas. Thank you all for tuning in. As always, I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Pierre-Luc Dubois with a multi-point game. All right. Hope all is well. Thank you, Big Thigh. Big Thigh. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, we're doing good. Hope you're doing well as well. Blech. Still a 4-1 lead here for the Golden Knights. Face off here now in the Los Angeles zone. Golden Knights still putting on the pressure here on the LA Kings. Face off won by LA. They will clear out to center. Kempe down the right side, broken up then. Theodore now wraps it around behind the net. Kopitar down low then to Moore. Moore will dump that one around then behind the net to Kopitar. Anze Kopitar feeds it up top. Pass back down low, banked off a stick. Kopitar Clears it down low. Moore. Battling for now with Kempe. Stolen back then by the Golden Knights. Here's Jack Eichel with speed. Eichel loses the puck. Now Kopitar steals it back. Will throw it to center. CC. Back to Kopitar. Bank back down low into the Vegas zone. Theodore off the boards then. Lazone. Right side up then for Eichel. 2-on-2. Eichel drops it back. Stone waits. Poke checked away there by LA. They waited too long. Here come the Kings now the other way. Laferriere, cross ice pass to Fiala. Fiala can't get it there in time. Now Hannafin battling for it on the right side. Whistle's blown dead. And we got a penalty coming up. And I think it's coming up against the Golden Knights. They pan to Bruce Cassidy. Barbashev looks like he doesn't really agree with the call. And it's on the Golden Knights. 2 minutes for hooking. So the LA Kings will head to the power play. As always, thank you all again for... Oh, I just closed out on my analytics page. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Also, like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. Face-off will come here now in the Vegas end. Kings have gotten plenty of pressure on Aiden Hill. No shots so far. Face-off now. Anderson back to Hannafin. Hannafin off the boards. Kept in the zone then by the Kings. Played back over then for Kempe. Kempe fires it on. That one goes down low now to the corner. Hannafin now fighting with Perry. Kopitar battling forward as well. Kings get it back up top. Clark to Fiala. Fiala shoots it. Tipped in front. I don't know if Hill got a piece of that. Clark at the point. Fiala back to Kopitar. Back to Fiala. Down low behind the net. Perry. Back to Kempe. Kempe up top to Clark. Clark to Kempe. Stolen back then by Hannafin. Hannafin will get it and clear down the other way. Forsberg back behind the net then for Clark. Clark warps it back around. Will drop it off then for Byfield. Byfield now through the neutral zone back to Trevor Moore. Down low, Hannafin off the boards for Theodore. Back to Kolasar. Kolasar will clear to center. Kings will regroup now in their own end briefly. Off the boards now, Laferriere will dump that one down low now. Jeremy Lazone will backhand it all the way back down into the LA end. Here's Drew Doughty now rushing the puck through the zone. We'll drop it back then for Byfield. Byfield off the boards then. Up top. Doughty waits. Back to Byfield. Byfield up to Doughty. Doughty to Byfield, a shot. And that one goes off a hill to the right side. Less than 20 to go on the power play. Moore to Doughty. Doughty to Byfield. Byfield waits. Up top, Doughty. Doughty shoots it. Tipped wide. Final few seconds here of the power play. Ward back to Byfield. Kings getting the pressure. Power play concludes. Shot on is blocked. Cleared all the way back into the LA zone. And that'll be an icing. So the same tired Golden Knights will stay out there on the ice. Face off here now, won by the Golden Knights, who will clear it all the way back into the LA zone. That will not be enough for an icing. Brian Dumoulin. Pass to center. Golden Knights take it right back. Now Hutton. Over then for Korzak. Pass through center. Holtz trying to send it ahead. Stolen back then by Sam Hellenius. Fed back out to center. Dumoulin will dump that one then into the Vegas zone. We are halfway through the game, halfway through the period. Shot 7-5 in favor of the Kings. And they trail by 3. Holtz into the zone. Shoots it. Deflected. Back to the right side. Now down low. Clark battling for it then with Holtz. Down low now Dumoulin. Backhands it around behind the net then for Mallet. Mallet then for Dumoulin. Dumoulin. Back down low. Through the neutral zone. Brian Dumoulin now through the zone. Clark to Kopitar. Kopitar will dump it into the Vegas zone. Hill will head it out of play with his blocker. And we will get a whistle. 8.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Shots 19-15 in favor of LA. And they trail 3-1. Or 4-1, sorry. Again, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe down below if you're new. We are almost 50 subscribers away from 4,500, which is nuts. The fact that we've gained nearly 400 subscribers already this month is insane. Or already this year. Yeah. No shots for Anderson and no shots for Barbashev. You picked the bad choices, bro. Barbashev has 2 assists. Should have picked him to get assists. Not looking great for you, bro. But there's still time. A little over half of the game to go.
Louisiana flavors aren't meant to make people fall in love. That's why it's love. For a limited time, get your pick.
8:31 left to go in the second period. Golden Knights lead by 3. That's how it always goes. Yeah, that's true. Face off now in the Vegas zone. Kings trying to battle for that puck now. A shot from Fiala on the right side. And gloved by Hill. Plenty of shots for the LA Kings. They've gotten the pressure here on Aiden Hill. Aiden Hill now 19 saves on 20 shots. Has a .947. Anton Forsberg 11 saves on 15 shots, .733. Edmondson another chance denied by Hill as well. Face off now in the Vegas zone, won by Barbashev to center. Eichel, 2-on-2. Eichel through the zone. Back down low now below the goal line. Pass to center. Puck will slide all the way back out to the neutral zone. Hannafin holds it now for Vegas. Banked off the boards. Kings will take it back now on their own end. Fiala trying to deke that one in. Back over then for Perry. Perry shoots it. And that one goes above Hill. Out to center. Dumoulin now back for Eichel. In the zone, Anderson back to Hannafin, who will dump it into the LA end. Icing against the Golden Knights. So LA doing a good job here in this middle frame. It seems like they've woken up and played a lot better in front of their goaltender. And, oh my God. Look who's back on the bench. Andrei Kuzmenko is back on the bench. After taking a puck to the face And he looks pretty messed up right now. He's got something in his nose. Looks like he has like some open wounds right there. But he's back on the bench for the second. What a warrior. Pass in front then for Perry, broken away. Dumoulin, right side to Moore. Moore will fire that one down low. Perry throws it in front. Blocked. I thought he was done for the game for sure. Doughty back to Dumoulin. Dumoulin clears it down low for Laferriere. Thrown back up top. Puck goes up and out of play. Look at the playoff picture currently. Golden Knights find themselves first place in the division. LA trying to get back into a playoff spot. They are 3 points back of Anaheim for that second wild card spot. If things shape up the way they are currently, Vegas would play Utah. Edmonton, who is second, would play Seattle. And it'd be Colorado versus Anaheim in the Western Conference. Whistle blown dead here for, I think, a hand pass. Here in this middle frame. Shots are 19-15. I don't really believe that. There's no way. Faceoff coming now at center ice. Tough as nails, damn right. Through the zone now, Hurdle. Hurdle, back down low, tried to take it below the goal line. Up top, a wrist shot, goes up and out of play. Colasar shaking his head. I'm not sure why. You're up 4-1, buddy. Byfield versus Marner. Face off now, won by Marner. Up top, Theodore. Down low, Lazone. Brings it in front, jabbing at that puck was Smith. Played away then by the Kings. Here's Kuzmenko. Andrei Kuzmenko down the right side, loses the puck to Dorofeyev. Now Theodore down low. Played back to Marner. 3-on-2, Lazone. Into the zone. Intercepted then by the Kings. Byfield. Cross ice pass to Clark. Clark in his feet. Now Kuzmenko dumps it into the Vegas zone. He'll get a line change off. Now Dorofeyev backhands it off the boards back into the LA end. Less than 6 minutes to go in the second. Try to send a cross ice pass then for Hellenius on a 1-on-0. And a whistle's blown dead. I think we have a penalty coming up. Icing. Oh, no, ice. What? That's icing? What? That didn't look like icing to me. The hell? Okay, then. Still 4-1 Golden Knights. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. And we will go to commercial break. Still a 4-1 lead for Vegas. Good old water. I've played hockey before. It's just like, I watched the play, and it looked like he had a concussion or something, with the way that he was moving. I did not think he'd be back, but wow. I commend him. Yeah, that's awesome. You don't see that too often.
Genesis GB70 and GB. Get 3.99% APR for 60 months on select Genesis vehicles. Exclusively at your Philadelphia area Genesis retailer.
You're natural.
Let's make this more interesting. Winner gets...
The 120 million payout with top prizes of 2.5 million.
Oh, it's on.
Just you wait till next time.
Rematch next week?
The New England Patriots. I have a home in the New England area. I have to support the Patriots. So I don't...
Former Bruins coach Bruce Cassidy pulling for the Patriots.
I got to go with my heart, not my brain in this one.
And he's not the only one. A couple other Boston natives took the pass as well. But here's how the Golden Knights Super Bowl picks shook out. And now Alex Martinez is part of the broadcast. Had to bring back that obligatory Lions pick. He'll join us again in March. And lots of talk about the upcoming Olympics, of course. But it's also our last game before the big game on Sunday. Glad to get that some love too. So take it easy on the wings.
Last game before the Olympic break. Also the last game before Super Bowl Sunday. Drop your picks on who's going to win the Super Bowl in the chat. I think Seahawks will win. Down low now here in the LA zone. Bowman clears it back up top. Hutton to Theodore. Theodore dumps it around behind the net. Reinhart battling for it then with Edmondson. Bowman sends it down low back behind the net then. Forsberg in the corner. Up top, Theodore. Down low. Reinhart to center. Can't tuck it. He missed the net on that play. Now down low here is Taylor Ward. Uchat's battling for that puck. Tried to throw it to center. Hellenius will clear up. Golden Knights dump it into the LA zone. It was Forsberg who made the save. Through center now. Almost lost an eye from an eye stick. Jesus. Here's Eichel now through the zone, through his legs. Kind of gets tied up there by Cece off of that. Dorofeyev up top. Lazone to Barbashev. Barbashev looks. Back to Korzak. Korzak comes in. Doesn't have the room. Loops it around. Will try and look for options. Trying to poke check it away. Then Kopitar will flick it all the way back to center. Fiala trying to get that puck. 4 minutes to go in the second. Eichel takes it back. Dumped into the LA zone just wide of Forsberg. Now down low here is Joel Edmondson. Shots 19-15 in favor of LA. Off the boards now, it's Perry. Back up then through the neutral zone. Gets tied up there by two Golden Knights. Back down low now, Rasmus Anderson off the boards for Hannafin. Through center now. Pass up then for Holtz is intercepted. Kings will win in their own zone. Drew Doughty. Down low then, Brian Dumoulin. Dumoulin through center. Breaks in, fires it in on Hill, who makes the save, and Dumoulin catches him a little bit. But Hill will hold. That is the 20th shot of the game for the LA Kings. 19th save of the game for Aiden Hill, who has had a good game tonight. .318 to go in the middle frame. Golden Knights with those 3 goals and those 4 goals in those first 15 minutes are the only goals we have. 4-1. Down low now behind the net, Byfield. Trying to feed that one up top, stolen back then by the Golden Knights and cleared all the way back out of play as it was deflected. Faceoff will come back in the Las Vegas zone. And this is definitely the kind of game that Aiden Hill needs. I mean, again, you look at his watch with Nordic stats Guy is not great in commentaries. He wins a lot of games, but overall his other numbers have been very underwhelming. Only an .882 save percentage. Again, there are some games in there where he's just had some floppers. Definitely could be a lot better for sure. Has not had a save percentage above a 900 in a commentary since his 8th game. And we're playing in his 12th tonight. Kuzmenko now battling for it behind the net. Wraparound chance in front. Shot saved by Hill. Rebounds there. Jabbing at that puck. And Hill keeps it out. Now we get some more pushing and shoving. 2:54 left to go in this second period. 2 shots there by Quinn and Byfield. Not sure if anybody needs those. Faceoff coming up again now in the Vegas zone. Up top then Doughty. Doughty. Pass back over then Clark. Clark to Armia up top. Clear down low. Marner trying to steal it back over then for Lazone, who will handle it all the way back into the LA zone for an icing on the Golden Knights. No two teams in the league have played more tighter games than the Kings and the Golden Knights. Most one-goal games this season. Los Angeles, 34 one-goal games. Vegas, 33 one-goal games. So when these two teams play, they're playing close. They're going to extra time a lot of the time. Face-off won then by the Kings. Cleared back down low. Theodore battling for it then with Perry. Again, both times these teams have have played each other this year, they've gone to extra time. Doughty back to Dorofeyev, drop back, and a turnover there by Smith. Now LaFerriere moves it down the other way with speed. LaFerriere poke check to the line. Here's Smith. Now we'll try and give it back to Dorofeyev. He'll just dump it into the Los Angeles zone instead. Final 2 minutes of play here in the middle frame. Doughty to Moore. Moore now behind the net. Delayed penalty coming up here against the Golden Knights. Once again, they will touch. And we will get another LA Kings power play. It's unsportsmanlike conduct on Mitch Marner. Marner with a exhausted smile on his face. I want to see this. See this replay, what he did. Unclear with what exactly he did. They're not showing a replay of anything, so he must have said something. Face off here now in the Golden Knights zone. It's down low now. Anderson battling for it in the corner. Kempe throws it up top. Kuzmenko. Clark to Kuzmenko. A shot tipped. And now Kempe on the right side. Fiala battling for it then. Fiala down low. Hannafin steals it right away and clears. Out of his net, and then Forsberg will come out and make the play. Now Clark up to Fiala. Fiala to Kuzmenko. Kuzmenko dumps it down low. Whoever needed Hill to get 22 saves are almost there. He's at 20 now. Clark back to LaFerriere. LaFerriere down low, pass in front, jabbing at that puck on Hill. He'll make the save. And a good seal off there on that passing lane for Kempe. A minute 12 left to go. This power play will carry on for 4 seconds into period number 3. Face-off now won by the Golden Knights. They will clear it all the way back in on Forsberg. Kings could use a goal here in this last minute. And we are now in said final minute. Here's Fiala through the zone. Pass back then down low. Moore to Fiala. Up top to Kopitar. Kopitar to Fiala. Fiala through center then to Kempe. Kempe. Drop back down low. Perry. Back in the corner then. Fiala. 35 seconds to go. Fiala. Down low to Perry. Perry. Fed back up top. Clark. Right side then. Fiala. Poke checked out of the zone then by Vegas. Now Clark trying to backhand it off. Here's Kolasar shorthanded a shot. Goes off of Forsberg. 10 seconds left. One last push here for LA. Byfield through the zone back to Kopitar. Kopitar up top. 5 seconds left. Kings getting it back. Perry fires it on. Rebound chance in front. Jabbing at that puck. It goes wide. And that'll do it. End of 40 here in Vegas. No goals in that second period. And Vegas still has that 4-1 lead heading into period number 3. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with bringing more people into the wonderful commentary. We'll get into our intermission report here in just a moment. We will talk about the game, and we will do a little bit of an Olympic schedule outlook. Take a look at the upcoming Olympic Games here in the next week. Take a second to catch my breath here really quick. I got to catch up on the all-time stat sheet. So while I do that, thank you all for tuning in. Just hang on tight for another 15 minutes.
Make an easy switch to Diamond Credit Union. We keep the focus where it should be, on you. At Diamond, we connect your business to a more personalized, dedicated approach than what traditional banks can offer. We meet you where you are, right inside your community, where we've been serving our members since 1947. We're working together and growing together. Where ambition meets intuition, and we're best in class meets best in community. That's unity. That's Diamond Credit Union.
Oh my goodness.
The 120 million payout with top prizes of 2.5 million. Oh, it's on. Just you wait till next time.
Rematch next week?
Let's play it by ear. Keep on scratching.
There's going to work, and then there's building a business with Business Plan. There's nothing like having the backing to help keep your business booming.
End of 40 here in Las Vegas. It is still a 4-1 lead here for the Vegas Golden Knights. They've had a phenomenal game here so far. And no goals in that middle frame. Shots in that period, though. There were a couple power plays. They were 10-5 in favor of LA. Just overall, a lot of back and forth action when you look at the whole grand scheme of things through the entire game itself. But overall, it's been a good second period by the Kings. They've outshot the Golden Knights in both periods so far. But still staying with them. Hey, still another period left. Keep up the faith. Keep the hope up. You can still hit it. Don't worry. Pavel Dorofeyev becomes the, what is that? The 5th player in Golden Knights history to reach 10 points on a live commentary stream, which is absolutely nuts. He's been so dynamic when we live stream the Golden Knights. Trevor Moore, his 3rd goal in a commentary stream.
What's Aiden Hill thinking, going through his mind during a scramble like that?
Again, you're just trying to come up with the puck. You hope it doesn't end poorly. You're looking for reasons to believe that you're getting closer to your base game, which so far through 40 minutes certainly has been the case.
I was expecting something like pure panic along that line.
All right, one more. We'll do our Olympic schedule preview here in a moment. Anze Kopitar, 10 points in live commentaries. This is the final game, again, before the Olympic break, as I mentioned a couple of times here, all around in the NHL. Taking a look at the upcoming Olympic schedule. So there will be preliminary games that will span from February 11th to February 15th. The qualifying tournament games will be on Tuesday. The 17th. Quarterfinal games will be on Thursday. Semifinal games will be on Friday. Gold or bronze medal game will be on Saturday, and then the gold medal game will be on Sunday. I can confirm to you right now, we will be live for these select games. On Thursday the 12th, we'll be live for Czechia, Canada, and Latvia, USA. We'll be live for both of those games. On February 14th, we'll be live at 6 a.m. for Sweden and Slovakia, followed by Finland and Italy. And those will be the games we'll be live for the preliminary games. And then we'll be live for the gold medal game and the bronze medal game. I know that 100% for sure. I'm not 100% on the other games we may be live for. So don't quote tweet me on any of that stuff. Tomorrow, we are live for our first college hockey commentary of the season, second one ever. It is Michigan versus Michigan State, the number 1 and number 2 ranked teams in the country. Bronze medal game is on the 21st, not the 15th, a week from the 15th. So the gold medal game is on February 22nd. The bronze medal game is on February 21st. And we'll be live for both. Just hit midnight here on the East Coast. It is now Friday. So that's great. Can't make it on the 15th. Nah, I can't either. That's preliminary games. The preliminary games are from the 11th to the 15th. And then that following week is all of like the playoff qualifier games, the quarterfinals, semifinals, bronze medal, and gold medal. Toby Mac. I went to a Toby Mac concert. Crowder. Remember Crowder?
Scored those 2 quick goals and didn't rest and were able to add to their lead, something that they struggled with during the flat spot. And it's the Mitch Marner field combination. Absolutely. On the power play, just a beautiful feed. Dorofeyev doesn't miss the net sequence. I like the next goal.
I remember this song. Just these old musicians that I used to listen to. All right. Third period coming up here in just a few moments. So yeah, we are a week from our Olympic streams next week. 3 seconds left in this in the Kings power play. That will carry over into period number 3. All right. Third period coming up, I believe, after this commercial break. Be Good Friday if I didn't have a psychology test around 8 a.m. Yikes. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. start for the college hockey game. Not sure how many people will tune into that, and that's okay, but I'm looking forward to it. That'll be a really good game. It's from York Ice Arena. Yeah, should be interesting. I have no idea how it's going to do. It's our second ever college hockey stream. We did Penn State and Boston University last year. It did okay. Less than 300 views. But at that time, we weren't as big as we are now with the commentaries. So, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see what happens. That's for sure. Yeah, that'll be the only game tomorrow. First time we've done a 1-game night in a while. I think since last Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago at this point. So... All right, still got a little bit more time till the start of the third. As long as you have fun with it, yep. As long as we have fun with it. That's a definite. Oh, can't wait to go to bed. Yeah, man. I mean, my advice to you, just keep at it. I mean, I look at, you got to keep at it. That's the biggest thing. I mean, I look at how I was doing I look at my first 10 commentaries and how many viewers I had at the high point. My viewer high point. I keep track of this. I keep track of all the stats. My first ever commentary, I had 12 viewers. My second, I had 10. My third, I had 10. Fourth, this was a sign that like I was breaking through a little bit. 75. The next 2 streams, 8 people was my high point. My 6th ever commentary was 9. And I still was getting like less than 10 viewers all the way up until like, you know, like my 50th stream. You know, sometimes I do really good, but other times it'd be a struggle. I will say this, I haven't gotten a stream below 10 viewers since my 11th stream ever. But it doesn't happen fast. Like what I'm doing right now, it's taken like almost 2 seasons worth. And that's just in Watch with Nordic. Like before that, I would do streams and they wouldn't even do well. It could take a couple of years. So you just got to stay with it, man. That's my advice. As long as you have fun with it. But I was once in your position, bro. Alrighty, let's get ready for the start. Yeah, exactly, man. Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of period number 3 between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Los Angeles Kings. Second period recap. No goals in that middle frame as both teams enter the ice here in Vegas. In the final period before the NHL officially goes on their Olympic break. Definitely be watching a lot of college hockey here these next couple of weeks. For sure. Stats through 40. Shots 21-15 in favor of the LA Kings. Faceoffs were in favor of Vegas. 70.2% of the faceoffs were won by the Golden Knights. Power plays, Vegas 1 for 1. Kings 0 for 3. About to be 0 for 4 in a moment. I don't think they score a goal in 3 seconds. Hits were 14-9 in favor of the Kings. Block shots 10-9 in favor of the Golden Knights. Kings looking to push within 1 point of a playoff spot heading into the Olympic break. Golden Knights looking to have a 4-point cushion heading into the Olympic break as well. Period number 3 between the LA Kings and the Vegas Golden Knights. And we are underway. 40 seconds late. Face-off one here now by the Kings, who will dump it back into the Vegas zone. That will do it for the power play. Here's Moore, a shot saved by Hill. Played off the boards. Now it's Korczak. Korczak for Dorofeyev. Dorofeyev to Smith. Smith into the zone. Try getting it back then to Marner. Up top now, Theodore. Back over then, Marner will backhand it into the LA zone. Holding it down low then is Drew Doughty. Doughty behind the net, pass up ahead. Here's Moore. Moore fires it on, it's blocked. Now LaFerriere battling for it then with Marner. Played ahead then now. Golden Knights will take it back down low. Barbashev through the neutral zone. Ivan Barbashev comes in, pass back over then. Eichel tried firing it on. Barbashev held up in the corner then by Ceci. He has a multi-point game. Now Kopitar off the boards then through the legs of Ceci, who will dump it into the zone. Kopitar comes in, fires it, blocked. Golden Knights are undefeated in regulation when leading after 40 minutes. The LA Kings just 2 wins when trailing after 40 minutes of play. And that is not a great look, I must admit. Face off. Here again now in the Vegas zone. Through center now. Uchez. Uchez into the zone. Fires it on. Save by first rebounds. There. Denied. And another chance there from Reinhart is stopped as well. Golden Knights will carry it through center. Sorry, I was distracted. Facebook post. Somebody sent me a Facebook post. Kings now regroup here in their own end. Moverer. Back over then for Kempe. Kempe will dump it into the Golden Knights zone. Kopitar. Back behind the net. Will feed it back up top to the point. That was the Knights' first shot in nearly 15 minutes. Now regrouping here in the LA zone. Moverer. Through the neutral zone. Dumped into the Golden Knights end. Ben Hutton off the boards. Byfield in front. Armia. Shot denied by Hill. Chances galore here for the LA Kings. They've outshot the Golden Knights the entire way through. And Aiden Hill's had to stand tall. What a game from him. Aiden Hill, 21 saves on 22 shots, a .955. Anton Forsberg, 13 saves on 17 shots, .765, which is somewhat an improvement from earlier in the game. Cleared back down low now into the corner. Trevor Moore back behind the net then. Dorofeyev battling forward with Byfield. Byfield down low in the corner. Armia trying to get it free as well. Kings throw it in front. Shot goes wide of Hill. Byfield down low. Quinn Byfield. Back now in the corner for Armia. Armia up top. Byfield. Back over then for the Knights. Backhanded off the boards to center. Dumoulin. Dumoulin battling for it with Trevor Moore, who feeds it all the way back into the LA zone. Shots 23-17. Doughty through the zone. Back down low now behind the net. Ben Hutton with the puck will feed it off the right side to Smith. Smith to Hutton. Will clear it back into the LA zone. Golden Knights get it back, trying to throw a pass in front. Smith to Hutton. Back right side then. Hellenius to Ceci. Ceci clears it into the Vegas zone. Ben Hutton now up for Marner. Mitch Marner through center. Marner off the boards then to Smith. Played back down low then for Hutton. 4 minutes gone here in the third period. Golden Knights lead by 3. Hutton up to Eichel now, who breaks it through center. Off the boards, cleared behind the net, then Ceci battling for it. Now Barbashev slides it in front. And LA will attempt to get it out of the zone. They can't. Ceci throws it in front, stolen back then by the Kings. Perry through center, broken up then by Stone. Barbashev comes into the zone now. Jamming at it in front is Eichel, saved by Forsberg. Played down low now behind the net. Perry will attempt to clear, kept in by the Knights. Barbashev off the board, stolen back then by the Kings. Here's Moore now through center. Trevor Moore being tied up now against the boards by Lazone. Back behind the net then Shea Theodore. Holds the puck. Lozon back over then down low for Eichel. Eichel to Theodore. We just crossed over the 1,000 view mark for this commentary stream. Thank you all very much. Here's Reinhardt down low then for Bowman. Reinhardt up top. Hanifin, a shot deflects wide and covered by Forsberg. Just over 5 minutes played here in the third period. Chances for both sides. Golden Knights still lead by 3. Kings have gotten the shots, but Aiden Hill has played a phenomenal hockey game. Face off in the LA zone, won then by Vegas. Reinhardt. Banked off the boards down low. Kings trying to get it back. Clark for Kopitar. Kopitar right side for Moverare, who will feed it back out to center. Now Kempe. Cleared all the way back into the Golden Knights end. Hanifin back to Anderson. Right side now is Ucha's battling for it. Will clear it out to center. Brant Clark dumps it into the Golden Knights zone. Anderson now fighting with Byfield. Hurdle there down low in the zone. Tomas Hurdle through center to Hanifin. Hanifin banks it back into the Golden Knights end. Moverar battling for that puck alongside Hurdle. Kings get it back. Armia through the zone. Lafreniere to Armia. Pass in front, deflected. Here come the Knights the other way. Hurdle tipped off the boards. Back into the LA end. Dumoulin. Banked up top. Kolasar to Hurdle. Hurdle deking in front. Jabbing at that puck. Save rebounds there. Battling for it then is Holtz. Cleared back up top. Korzak. Down low then for Hurdle behind the net. Stolen back then by the Kings. Dumoulin up to Laferriere. 2-on-2. Laferriere to Fiala. Pass down in front. Blocked by Korzak. Jabbing at it in the corner. Laferriere gets to the front. Can't get a shot on. Now Fiala, shot blocked and a penalty coming up. I think it's on the Knights. Couple of good defensive plays here for the Golden Knights and the Kings. Korzak will head to the box. LA will get their next power play opportunity, and we'll see if they can convert. Still 4-1. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, subscribe down below. We're nearly 50 subscribers away from 4,500.
Rapid fire time, sponsored by Edwards. Name one piece of must-have gear. My snowboard, of course. It's gotta be my skate.
Well, that was a lucky break.
Scratch offs this fun take on a life of their own. Keep on scratch.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, I
Breaking news. So the Maple just got done by Oh, my Lord. Still 4-1. Kings getting another power play. It'll be their 5th power play of the game. Oh, kicked me out of the commentary. Cool.
Tired of searching for CE hours that actually count? We make it simple. Get
Caden Korzak now in the penalty box. LA Kings will head to their 5th power play of the game. Face-off coming up now in the Vegas zone. This could be huge for LA. They need a goal to get back into this one. They've had 7 of their 23 shots in the power play. They've killed off the first 3. Down low now, Kopitar. Back down low. In front, Perry. Poke check there by Hill. Vegas gets it and clears. Down the other way. Kings hold the puck. Here's Drew Doughty. Doughty now through center. Shots 24-19. Hannafin. And whistle blown dead for offsides. Dominic Ducharme. Oh my God. Shots 24-19. Face off in the Vegas end. One by the Kings. Kempe. Up top, Doughty. Doughty to Kempe. Kempe right side. Shoots it. Tipped. Just wide. You got to wonder if they'll pull Forsberg. I think it can happen. Up top, Doughty. Doughty. Back over Kopitar. Kopitar down low. Kempe in front. Slip just wide. Now Fiala battling for it then with Marner. Banked out then by Anderson. Cleared back into the LA end. Here's Anze Kopitar. Kopitar will drop back. Turnover then for the Knights. Here's Hurdle. Comes in. Saved by Forsberg. As he tried to deke in, he kind of lost his edge. Here's Byfield. Drops it back. Up top, Moore to Clark. Clark to Ward. Back to Clark. 30 seconds to go. Clark to Byfield. Byfield. Up top, Clark. Clark to Byfield. A shot wide. And it comes out. That'll pretty much do it for the Kings power play. 11.5 minutes to go in the third as time ticks down on the final couple seconds. Byfield to Ward. Ward comes in. Shot denied by Hill. Look at the goaltender stats here once again as we've been previewing here throughout the game. You look at Anton Forsberg, 16 saves on 20 shots, 800 save percentage now, so better than what it was. Aiden Hill, 24 saves on 25 shots, a 960. He's been great. Face-off won by LA. Helene has a shot. Fans on it. Back up top now. Edmondson fires it on. Saved by Hill. He'll kick it down low. Puck is cleared all the way back into the LA end as we approach the halfway mark of the third period. The LA Kings have been giving it to Vegas since that Kings initial goal was scored. Down low now, Mallet. Trying to throw that one up top. Byfield, down low behind the net, then Armia. Joel Armia looks. Pass to center, broken up then by Hellenius. Hellenius back behind the net, then to Mallet. Malott battling for it then with Hannafin in the corner. Helenius feeds it up top. Around then, up top, Clark. Shot from the point, denied. Uchaz will try and clear. It does slip out to center. Kings will regroup. Again, keep an eye out for Forsberg. You do see it, it's common. Sometimes they'll pull at a time like this. Shot from the point, saved by Hill. When you're down by 3 and you can't find a goal, sometimes they'll pull. Sometimes you see it with like 8 minutes left. Here's Moore to center, intercepted by the Knights. Stone now. Try to break it back the other way. Eichel through the zone. Eichel dumps it back, intercepted by the Kings. Cross-ice pass ahead. Racing for it is Perry, battling for it then with Hutton. Hutton will get ahead then for Eichel. Fed back up top, Ceci. Dumoulin shoots it off the post. Moore to Ceci, back to Dumoulin. Dumoulin right side. Pass to center, banked off the boards. Back up top, Ceci. Through center, Ferrier a shot. Save, rebounds there, denied. Moore, up top, Ceci. Ceci to Moore, a shot blocked. Cleared all the way back into the LA zone. Icing against the Golden Knights. Plenty of chances here for the LA Kings, especially in this third period. Shots right now are currently 6-5 in favor of LA. Aiden Hill has had to play phenomenal, and that he has been. Aiden Hill versus the LA Kings, 4-4-2 record, dating back to his time with the Arizona Coyotes. Eichel now taking the draw against Kopitar. Anderson will try and clear. It comes back out to center. Doughty off the boards. Kopitar to Byfield. Byfield into the zone, battling for it then with Hutton. Right side, Byfield. Pass in front. Kopitar over. Kempe, a shot. What a save by Aiden Hill. What a stop. Oh my goodness. You had Karel Vizmelka making the stops last night. Tonight, you have Aiden Hill, who has stopped all but one. 4-1 Vegas still in the third. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom one last time super quickly. I shall return.
We're working together and growing together. Where ambition meets intuition, and where best in class meets best in community. That's unity. That's Diamond Credit Union. Traction that counts. Warmth on demand. Comfort and experience. Genesis GB70 and GB8. Get 3.99% APR for 60 months and select Genesis vehicles. Exclusively at your Philadelphia area.
All right, I have returned from my bathroom break. Kind of like hurt my leg running back. Ugh. All right. Got about 8.5 minutes to go here in the third period. Kings have been putting in the pressure on Aiden Hill, but Hill has stopped essentially everything that has come his way.
Players have waited a while to get back to the Olympics, and they've made it worth the wait with all 32 teams represented. Tampa with players on 7 different rosters. Florida is 10 participants for the most of any NHL team. Team USA with players from 18 different National Hockey League teams, and 20 years separate the oldest and youngest players. And Mac was celebrating in Sidney Crosby. And honestly, how cool for everyone on the Canadian front.
All right, face-off coming up here now in the Las Vegas zone. Shots are 28-20 in favor of the Kings. Face-off won by the Knights. Clear to center. Smith, right side, trying to bank it off the boards. Puck will come ahead back into the LA zone. Kopitar comes in. Back over then for Byfield. Dorofeyev trying to clear that one out. Kept in, though, by the Kings. It'll slide out to center anyway. Now Doughty will come into the zone. Puck goes up in the air and stays in play. Offsides, I believe, is the call. So again, as I mentioned numerous times in this commentary, we will be live tomorrow for Michigan versus Michigan State. That'll be a fun commentary for sure. It'll be Armia now versus Uchaz. Face-off won by the Golden Knights. Anderson off the boards to center. Kings are trying to get it back. Man, they could really use Panarin right now, am I right? Anderson now down low in the zone. Will flick it to center. Here's Uchaz with the puck. Fires it on. Goes wide. Now down low, Kempe fighting forward with Reinhart. Chip through center. Off the boards then. Stolen back. Hannafin down low for Anderson. Cleared off the boards all the way back down into the LA zone. Anton Forsberg. Back over then. Dumoulin to Ceci. Ceci off the boards through center. Taken back then by the Golden Knights. Dorofeyev played ahead then. Here come the Knights. Smith into the zone. Backhand saved by Forsberg. Played back in front. And a chance for Dorofeyev goes up. And out of play. Shots are 28-21. 7 minutes. A little more than 7 minutes. Till the start of period number, or till the end of period number 3. Face off in the Kings' end. Down low now, Clark trying to play that puck, battling forward with Dorofeyev. Off the boards then, Malott trying to break it to center. Golden Knights will keep it in the zone. Off the boards, Moverare through the neutral zone. And another save by Aiden Hill off that play. Realized I was a little bit behind. So I resumed myself up here to where I am supposed to be. Shots are now 30-21. And Aiden Hill still facing plenty of opportunities. But he has made nearly every single save that has come his way. He's up to 29 stops. Face-off now won by the Golden Knights. Cleared all the way to center. Racing for it then with Speeds Kolasar. Do I think they hit 5 goals? The Golden Knights? Maybe. I think LA will pull their goaltender. It's not uncommon you see that. Here's Holtz to Kolasar. Even though they are obviously down by 4 or 3. All right, see ya, Sharky. Have a good night, brother. Here's Kempe. Kempe with 6.5 minutes to go. Doughty. Doughty moves in, fires it on. Goes wide. Off the boards, Kolasar will flick it back into the Los Angeles end. Behind the net then, Brian Dumoulin. Dumoulin to Corey Perry. Perry cross ice. Puck will slide into the Vegas zone. Icing on the Kings. Wear the hat like this. Down low behind the net now, Clark with the puck for LA. Banked off the boards. Korzak shoots it down low. Barbashev. Barbashev for Eichel. A shot blocked. Stone keeps it in. Stone to Eichel. Fires it on. Saved by Forsberg. Hellenius banked off the boards. Will slide all the way back into the Vegas zone. That will be an icing. Chances here for both sides. Taking the draw now, Uchas against Hellenius. Kai Uchas has been very active tonight. Has had a couple of nice plays, including a fight. Up top now is Reinhardt. Reinhardt. Thrown back up top. I'm watching on the Golden Knights network. That's really the only place you can really watch. Or the Kings network. Here's Perry through the zone. Back up top. Hellenius back to Perry. Perry pass over. Hellenius shoots it. And it deflects off of traffic in front. Anderson cleared to center. Kings regroup with it now. Clark. Right side to Hannafin. Now back for Reinhardt. Reinhardt will dump it into the LA zone. Kemper. Or not Kemper. Forsberg. Under 5 to go. Turnover now into the zone is Smith. He's offsides. So there you go. Commercial break. Less than 5 minutes to play here in period number 3. Golden Knights still with that 3-goal lead. Heading into the final 5. Still no goals since the first period, which is not entirely surprising. Again, when you see an eruption of goals like that, it's not always going to be like, a incredibly high-scoring game. Sometimes it'll be like, a lot of goals in the first period, then like maybe one more the rest of the game. Just because like teams will lock it down. That's the biggest thing. Teams will just play the lockdown defense after that. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Also, like the stream as well. Be greatly appreciated. Thank you all for your continued support tonight. We'll see if they pull. It wouldn't surprise me. It's Jim Hiller. So maybe. If they can get time in the Vegas zone, it's not impossible. Face off outside of the Los Angeles zone. CC wins the draw. Banked off the boards at center. Dumped into the Vegas end. Around the right side, Theodore back to Moore. Taken back then by the Golden Knights. Marner will flick it into the Los Angeles end. 4.5 minutes to go. Theodore back down low. Kings take it back. LaFerriere through center. Cross ice pass. Down low back into the Vegas end. Trying to pick that one up down low is Dorofeyev. Dorofeyev knocked off the puck, kept in by the Kings. LaFerriere down low in the corner, battling for now with Dorofeyev. Back to Fiala on the right side. Puck is banked all the way back to center ice. 4 minutes to go. LaFerriere, cross ice pass. Hellenius a shot, saved by Hill once again. Hurdle behind the net. Holds it back then for the Golden Knights. Tomas Hurdle chipped into the Golden Knights zone. Icing against the Golden Knights. Some coaches do it, some coaches don't. It depends. I've seen it happen before. It happened in the World Juniors. It was in the bronze medal game, though. It happened in a game recently that I've commentated. It's not uncommon. Some coaches do it, some coaches don't. Doughty up top to Dumoulin. Back down low then for Kempe, who can't clearly keep it on his stick. Anderson cleared up head then for Colasar. Through the zone now. Doughty back down low then for Dumoulin. Brian Dumoulin Back down low. Around the right side, then down. It kind of shows the confidence that you don't have in your team. Like, you see that you're out shooting them by nearly 10 shots, and, like, you don't decide, like, with, like, 5 minutes left, hey, let's pull the goalie, see what happens. You're below the playoff line. You might as well try. Kepe. At the point now, sends it down low to Byfield. Byfield. Battling for it now with Bowman. Bowman off the boards. Whistle is blown. And a penalty coming up here against the Kings, so why not bother? Vegas power play coming up. It'll be their second power play of the game. And a late power play here for Vegas. Golden Knights, only their second power play of the game. Their second full power play of the game. No, just their second. Sorry. They are 1 for 1 tonight on the man advantage. And now with 2 minutes to go, they'll get an opportunity. They're going to roll with some of their fourth line guys. Uchaz out there on the ice. Young rookie taking the draw against LaFerriere. He'll lose it. Now Moore will clear it around. It'll come back all the way into the Vegas end. Golden Knights 1 for 1. Theodore to Bowman. Bowman into the zone to Reinhart in front, gloved by Forsberg. Hellenius is in. I don't know if he's on the ice right now, but he is playing tonight, if that's what you're asking. Nice save there by Forsberg. Face off now, back into the LA zone. Cleared all the way around. It goes off the glass and out of play. Face off will stay in the Vegas end, or the Kings end. Thank you all for tuning in. No, he's not. I don't believe he's on the ice. No, he's not. Down low now, Bowman. Cross ice pass. Uchaz. Reinhart to Theodore. Kept in the zone. Now down low, Bowman. Fed back up top. Stolen back then by the Kings. Here they come shorthanded. Moore will just dump it back into the Golden Knights end. 2 minutes to go here in regulation. Theodore drops it back then. Hannafin. Hannafin into the zone. Try to feed that one up top. Kings trying to take it back. Armia. Banked off the boards. Now regrouping here in the Vegas end. Noah Hannafin. Over halfway through the power play. Chipped now through the zone. Puck is cleared again by the Kings. Back into the Vegas end. This is the final game of the Olympic break. After the buzzer sounds, we will not be back in the NHL arena until February 25th. 21 days. 19 days. Hill back up to Hannafin. Last minute of play now in regulation. Kempe through the neutral zone, fires one on Hill. He'll make the save. That's the 31st save of the game for Hill. 1 minute to go. Power play comes to an end. Golden Knights will dump it back into the Kings end. Forsberg now with the puck, slides it back around. Hellenius back out to center. Korzak, stolen back then by Mallet. Malott now below the goal line. Pass in front, goes above Hill. Now Korzak to the right side. Banked ahead then now. Pass goes all the way back into the LA end for an icing against the Golden Knights with 24 seconds to go. Game's pretty much over. But regardless of that, a well-played game by the Vegas Golden Knights. 4 goals in that first period. All 4 of them coming just 15 minutes into the game. Face-off now in the Golden Knights' end. One back by Vegas. Behind the net then, cleared up to center. Reinhart. Intercepted then by Moverare. Will be taken back down low into the LA end. 10 seconds left. Moverare dekes into the zone. Will try and get one last shot on Hill. He'll make the save. Rebounds there in front. Kicked away. And the Golden Knights, in the final game of the Olympic break, get a 4-1 win over the Vegas Golden Knights. Aiden Hill, his 100th career win. Congratulations to Aiden Hill. And that will do it for the NHL now until February 25th. Updating my all-time record sheet here. Just give me a second, guys. Forgot to do this earlier. Well-played game for both teams. Golden Knights get their 11th win in a commentary stream. Nice little commentary there. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for tuning in. We will be live again tomorrow for Michigan versus Michigan State, the first NCAA stream of the season, live at 7 p.m. Initial stream will start at 6:58 p.m. Eastern Time, so stay tuned for that. But that'll do it for me. Thank you all for tuning in.